Yo, what's going on, guys? This is the build that I'll be using for the start of the video. It's a group build, the carrying feeder one. Anyway, to get straight into it, we started fighting a Titan. This guy wasn't very good. I had to put this in just to give context for the fight that's going to come up. This guy does have Juke, but he doesn't seem very good, so he doesn't use it often. Or he's just got no stamina, but you can see he's just running around all over the place. So this guy's either really bad or he's just a mobile player. But yeah. And I'm grouped with 3 other Ceratos, so main goal is kill this guy or at least get a body down. That way we can take reduced damage with carrying feeder, because it stacks up to 3 times, and each stack reduces the damage you take by 15%, so it goes up to 45%. But yeah, and I kind of figured out this guy's bad, so at this point I just start tail riding him. As you know, he's not really doing anything. He's just not very good at all, so it's just a free kill here. The good thing is this guy's going to give us a very long lasting corpse for the fights coming up. You can see 2 Rexes in the Aloe enter SLL. So my main goal here is to actually fight the Aloe, as he's just, you know, pretty similar speed to the Cerato. Still a little bit slower, but still. Whereas the Rex just isn't going to be fast enough to catch us at all. But yeah, either way, I'm just trying to tail ride this guy, but you see I take damage from the Rexes as well. Main goal is just tail ride this guy, don't face tank, as I'm already pretty low. Honestly, maybe if I wasn't so low and had the corpse buff times 3 in Alpha 1, I think I could honestly face tank an Aloe as a Cerato. But yeah. And this is also, some of these are old footage. I just had a lot of footage for the Cerato before the newest update, so the speed and stuff is just it's different from current gameplay, which will be later on in the video. To be fair, the Cerato and the Aloe didn't get any movement speed changes compared to the other dinos, but still, yeah. You're also gonna see the health difference between the players that I'm playing with is going to be very big. You're going to see, as you can see, I'm low, and 2 of my other friends are, you know, quarter and half, right? You look at over to the other 2 guys, they're full HP, which kind of tells me that they just weren't doing anything. So don't be the guy that just sits there for full HP doing nothing the whole time, because you may as well just not be there at all. I mean, you know, it's crazy, but yeah. And anyway, they were just putting on damage on these Rexes. I already killed the Aloe. Got my stand back. I was gonna get my health back, but I mean, there's 2 other guys that are full health doing nothing, so I kind of just have to get back in there and, you know, not let these Rexes get their health back and stuff like that. So yeah, Rexes are pretty easy to kill, honestly. They did get a generic slot for clamp, and it's like, that's cool and all, but the chances of you hitting a clamp are honestly very low. You're better off just trying to bite someone, unless you get the ambush on them and just pick them up and eat them. Like, yeah, you can do that, but honestly the Rex is so bad. It's like the worst Apex right now. Obviously it's great for finding other Apexes in like 4 slots, especially, or even 1-on-1s. I mean, nothing like, but even then, the Rex is so, like, the turn radius is so bad on the Rex, it's crazy. I tried to play the Rex not long ago, and I mean, you're pretty defenseless, so all you have to do is just back yourself up against a wall, water, stuff like, just like what these Rexes are doing. Stuff like that, and it's honestly, they just need to increase its turn radius. I don't see why not. I mean, the Rex is super slow. What's it gonna do? Like, okay, you have a good turn radius. I mean, okay, you can defend yourself now against small dinosaurs. If you're gonna have a bad turn radius, give it Stomp back. I don't like Stomp, but the Rex is so bad. So you have to give it stomp back, or you have to increase its turn radius. It's one or the other, or give it juke. Which yeah, just like the Tyrant. I mean, pretty much all the Apexes besides Spino and Eo have juke. The Duck has juke, and the Tyranno has juke. I mean, 2 Apexes have juke. But yeah, either way. And you're gonna see commonly that throughout this video, you're gonna see the same people have full health and the same people be very low on health. So yeah. But going back to the Rex needs a buff. I mean, the only thing it's good at doing is fighting other Apexes and 4 slots. Other than that, people just tail raid you the whole entire time. Your tail attack doesn't do enough damage, you don't have a stomp, and you have a bad turn radius. So every single Rex player does the exact same thing and just backs himself either up against a wall or up against water, because what else can you do as a Rex? Yeah, please buff Rex. It's absolutely trash unless fighting other Apexes. Either way, we get in a fight with these Megs, and yeah, just I mean, there's no way Megs are gonna be able to kill. Like, they've got like 4 Megs, but there's no way they're gonna beat 5 Ceratos. Ceratos are like the strongest 2 slot when they're grouped up. So you have Alpha 1 times 5, and then you have Carrying Feeder times 3, which goes crazy. So yeah, but I don't really go chasing these Megs, as there's no point, as they can just escape in the water. Also, I'm not sure why this instantly cuts to us just fighting this Titan and nothing before that. This is an old clip, so I just kind of forgot what happened here. But yeah, we ran through that Titan really easily. And then we just go on to fight his friend. Best thing this guy can do is get away from that corpse. That way we don't have Carrying Feeder, and we also don't have Torment, because we're just getting buffs and we're debuffing him at the same time while he's close to a corpse, which he does end up doing. He also puts himself up against water, which is probably the best thing he can do. I'm pretty sure the reason that I didn't really show most of this is it was pretty boring. It was just, getting one hit and then running away for 30 seconds waiting for this guy to do something. But I ended up sitting right in front of him just to see if he was going to come out. And he actually does end up coming to get me, and he even lands a heavy bite. And we just swallow him at this point, and just, yeah, he tries to get in the water, but I just go for it. It's a pretty long fight, and I just couldn't be bothered. I actually end up killing him. But yeah. And this build here is a solo build that I use. I don't think the Cerato is that good solo. I think it's meant to be a group dino. I mean, it's strong, right? So the Cerato is really good because it's so strong, even solo it's strong. But the problem is your movement speed and your stamina. That way when you're like fighting multiple people, it's hard because you can't run away, and you're strong but you're not strong enough to be fighting everything. Whereas like the Conch, for example, it's not that strong, but it's got great movement speed, and you can also jump in the water to save yourself. So like that's what I think is, you kind of need to be strong and have good survivability to be a good solo dino. But either way, I gave it a go, as no one was really getting on to play Ceratos. I actually really enjoy Ceratos. I think a group of Ceratos can kill anything. Yeah, but you can see this guy here, this foul, it got a buff actually. Combat weight put up and stuff. This guy did so much damage to me just from like collision, which I was surprised, honestly. And I was thinking about kicking off the aloe off of this cliff, but I was like, this is not high enough, so I just start fighting the Meg and actually kill him. Not sure if it's because of the robust jaws that I use. Also, yeah, I'm gonna kind of talk about that. This hide that I use is robust jaws. That gives me 25% more damage, but I take 12.5% increased damage. Now, I'd much rather take more damage and do more damage, especially if you're a skillful player. if you don't get hit often and you do the hitting, it's really good. You'll kill stuff a lot faster. Yeah. Also, the reason that I don't like the other one, the one that gives you 100 more health, but it decreases your status effect healing by 50%. Well, if you were in a face fight with Robust Jaws and then that other one, you guys would draw. It's both of those do the same. Like, whoever gets the first hit wins, pretty much, from both of those hides, right? But the only thing is, status healing. So that's poison, bleed, bone break. So, you know, if you're just a more skillful player, I would use Robust Jaws, because you're gonna do, if you use the other one, you're gonna do horrific against conks, because you see a lot of conks now that the updates came out. You see a lot of conks with bleed, so they're gonna bleed you to death super easily because you have 50% less healing for status effects. So yeah. And then the other one is like regeneration and stuff, which is like, yeah, it sounds good, but first you have to get away and survive and then heal up. So yeah. And then you can also just run no scales, which is just like, you know, if somebody runs Robust Jaws or the blue one, then they're just gonna kill you in a face fight. And then you could also use Carrion Feeder solo, but the problem that I find with Carrion Feeder when you're solo is you need a dead body to be down on the ground. And it's just like, you know, the chances of you killing more than one thing as a solo Cerato is, you know, it's not that high. Maybe you can like 1v2 conks that are bad or something like that. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. You kind of need a body down for Carrion Feeder to be good, so that's why I just think it's good in a group setting, not solo though. That's why I just went on to use Robust Jaws. And then the other thing that I was using was Berserker, and because that's obviously just the easiest option. It actually got buffed. Berserker's really good now. It does 25% damage, and your cooldowns is like 25% as well. It's so good. I wouldn't use it in a group, just because all for 1 times 5 gives you 40% damage at all times, whereas Berserker, you know, you have to be like 20% HP for Berserker to activate. So yeah, but solo Berserker is really good. It's obviously the best option. But yeah, now here I'm trying to kick this Hatsi out of the sky, because when you hit a Hatsi with knockback, it makes them land on the floor, and that's what I want. To get them down on the floor. And 2 Ceratos can easily face tank a Hatsi. But yeah. And that's what I tell my friend. I was like, come just rush this guy, just face tank him, whatever, you can't kill us both. And that's what we do. And we just decimate that guy. And then you can see they've got a Meg here, a Conk and a Raptor. Nothing crazy, but my friend, he starts taking a lot of damage. But yeah. And I told him here to shove, and he runs into me. So, yeah. That was a misplay by him. He could have killed that Meg, honestly. He should have shoved and kept chasing the Meg. Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing about shove. That's why it's so good, is you can, you know, you're not that fast, but shove, you know, helps you gain distance and stuff like that. Also, the turn radius on the Cerato is so bad, but it doesn't matter because you have a Duke, so that's fair enough, you know. But yeah, and you know, here it's kind of hard to, you know, kill these guys, as the Cerato's hit reg is actually very bad on the bite. It's very annoying, and you start hitting tails and stuff. So we just left that fight, and yeah. Now at this point I'm just solo again, and I start messing around with these eels, hoping that people are gonna join in and help me kill them, because there's no way I'm killing 2 eels solo. Now you're gonna see these 2 eels run Sharpened Horns and Head Slam, and Yeah, that's good against other apexes, but it's not good against small dinos. Why? Because you can't defend yourself that way. Like, yeah, okay, if you hit someone, but how are you gonna defend your back? You know, you got that automatic tail attack that is garbage. It's useless, right? So I use block. If these guys were using block, it's so much harder to kill eels that use blocks. Like, eels that use block are just tanks. Like, they just sit there and you hit them like a million times. It doesn't matter because they're blocking and they take practically 0 damage. So yeah, just the survivability on block eel is so much better than head slam eel. But yeah, and then you can see people start joining in and helping me, and I'm just tail riding this guy. You know, these guys also want the best players, to be fair. But yeah, either way, I think block eel is definitely the way to go if you're gonna play an eel. As you know, you can still kill apexes with block eel, like you can kill Tyranno Titan. Obviously you can't chase a Tyranno Titan down, but with anything, to be honest. You can still kill Rexes. I've done it all the time because Rex's turn radius is so bad. You just what's it called? You quite literally just get behind the Rex. But yeah, I'm getting my stamina back. I don't fully rest here just because, you know, I don't know any of these guys. I'm solo. Like, these are just all random people. Like, at any point this guy can just bite me while I'm fully rested and just kill me. So I don't want to fully rest. I just sat down and got my stamina back. And yeah, also this is really good for tail riding, because when you're tail riding you're not really taking damage but you're doing damage. That 25% helped a lot. And yeah, you can see this guy backs himself up against the wall, you know. Also, another thing is about block eel is when, you know, the most annoying thing is when people pounce on you. Like raptors pounce on you, Achilles pounce on you, especially Achilles that use thrash and rapid strikes together, or just rapid strikes that's being put together now. That does so much damage. So like, and you can pounce on an Eos and a Kilo. So I just think, yeah, and you can block that. Like when people pounce on you, you can literally block people that are pounced on you. So you take practically 0 damage again. That's why. And anyway, but I start finding another eel. And same thing, like, you know, I could maybe kill this guy solo one-on-one if he's just not very good, which you know, I'm having good success. But you can see, because I use robust jaws, I also take quite a good amount of damage. I'm not as tanky as, you know, normal Cerato, but I'm doing a lot more damage than normal Cerato. So yeah, and yeah, you can see once again this guy isn't using block, and I'm just getting, you know, if he was using block he could turn and block at the same time, you know. That way I'm not doing that much damage to him while I'm tail riding him. I think that's what Eo's biggest problem is getting tail ridden. So all Eos just get tail ridden and they take a bunch of damage that way. That's why I think block is so good. Head slam, like, yeah, head slam does great damage, but it's like, what does that matter if you can't defend yourself against small dinos? So yeah, but yeah, you can see I'm just back to his tail again, and this Hatsy comes around and he starts helping, which is nice. Also, you see a Meg, but he didn't really do much, that Meg. Yeah, and back to tail riding again. This guy just can't do anything. Like, Eo's turn radius isn't even that bad, honestly, compared to the other apexes. It's probably like the best. And this Eo actually killed the Hatsy, but I was healing, so I was like, there's no point in me just showing this guy killing it Hatsy. Eo's turn radius is like the best out of all the apexes. And even then you kind of still get tail ridden because you don't have a tail. Especially against like multiple people when you're solo. So yeah, and as I was saying, I think it's not a bad thing for apexes to have a good turn radius, because unless they have a stomp. Okay, Spino has stomp, and honestly Spino's like the hardest. Like Barsbodia, Spino and Eo with block are like the hardest 3 apexes to fight, and even Titan. Honestly, everything's kind of harder to fight, but still, than Rex. You know, if you don't have a good turn radius, you need Stomp. Like, Spino's so hard to kill because it's super tanky. It doesn't do the damage that Rex does, but it's so tanky, and it has Stomp. So it takes way longer to kill a Spino, and then he has Stomp as well. So, you know, that combination just makes Spino so much harder to kill. Even though it's got, like, it doesn't even have that good of a turn radius. Anyway, you can see I killed a third party here. I helped these conks, and I killed Kentro. And you can see I'm bleeding out, but they just stop chasing. And I can see across that this Stego starts fully resting, so I go for it. And this is why Robust Jaws is so good. I mean, if I was a normal Cerato, I may have not killed him there, because I would have done 25% less damage. So yeah, you can see I just absolutely mopped the floor of that guy. Yeah, and I end up dying to an aloe just comes out of nowhere and hatchet baits me way on full resting. So yeah, now I'm in Green Valley and I start face fighting this Carno or Picno. And you used to be able to face tank a Picno. I'm not sure if you still can, because the Picno got changes. Like, yeah, it's got less armor but it does more damage, so I'm just not too sure. Obviously, I mean, you can't face tank him if he's using head slams on you, but just like move out the way when he's gonna head slam. Pretty easy since you have a shove, just to get out of the way. And you can see he's got a Rex here, and I catch him resting here once again. And I'm just on this guy. He's just trying to run away, but he's pretty low on stam, as you've seen. He just charged away. So yeah. Took care of that guy, got his trophy, and went to Pandora just to see if I could have any luck solo on Pandora as a Cerato. And instantly there's like 3 Kentros here, a Bars Bodia. These guys are fighting the Bars Bodia, so I just wait for one of them to get low. Honestly, this guy probably wasn't even that low. Like, I got a bunch of hits on this guy, and it, you know, nah, he was definitely low. I fought another Kentro after that, and he killed me.